Hi everyone, welcome to the Journey to Equity. In this series of monologues, my group and I will delve into the social justice issue of access to quality early childhood education and the different perspectives that shape this issue. The first perspective we're going to be talking about is the child's perspective who's facing this issue, and then the second one would be the perspective of his or her parents or caregivers. The third would be about the educator who's trying to fix this issue. And then lastly would be the perspective of other children who think their friends do face this issue in the real world.
The story is about a child who comes from an unprivileged background and is not able to attain the basic early childhood education because of limited finances in her home.
So I will describe my perspective under the children's lens. So my friends go to a colorful school with toys and story, and they talk about a lot of about like learning numbers and letters. And I really want to go too, but my mom says our money is for food and rent only. I'm just thinking, why can't I have funds and learn like them? It is very important to recognize the child's perspective because it highlights the experiences of the people who actually directly affected by social justice issues. It provides a genuine insight into their feelings, emotions, what do they feel, the challenges and aspirations, so that we can make sure that the solutions that we provide are rooted to the actual needs.
Coming to parents' perspective, they say, we want best for my child, but the cost of quality of early education is overwhelming. I work two jobs just to make ends meet. Every parent deserves a chance to provide their child with a strong start in life. It's not fair that some can afford it while others can't. The parent's perspective is crucial as it reveals the practical and emotional struggle faced by caregivers in navigating these issues. Understanding their concerns can lead to policies and interventions that better support families and create more equitable environment.
As I become a teacher to make differences in children's lives, but the system is flawed. We have stretched things with limited resources and a large classes size. It's heartbreaking to see the children who could thrive with the right support but are held back due to the circumstances beyond their control. And so it's very injustice for the children. Now the next part will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Now, talking about another children's perspective, one of the child said, I play with my friend from the next street. He doesn't go to the same school as me. His school seems different. Why doesn't he come to my school? Don't we all deserve to learn and play together? I think such an interaction and such a statement from another child fosters empathy and awareness, at the same time cultivating inclusivity. Children are not just passive observers, they are the future of our society. By exposing them to social justice issues early on, we can nurture a generation of individuals who are passionate about addressing inequality and advocating for a positive change. Journey to Equity highlighted the social justice issue of unequal access to quality early childhood education. This issue looks different to each person involved. The child who yearns to learn, the parent who struggles to provide, the educator who aspires to nurture, and the other children who questions the divide. In conclusion, by sharing these monologues out with you, we aim to spark conversations and actions that lead us closer to a world where every child's right to a quality early education is upheld, regardless of their background. The journey to equity begins with acknowledging and addressing these diverse perspectives. Insights presented in Journey to Equity, educators and leaders can make meaningful changes in their practices to accommodate the perspectives of different stakeholders. Educators, having understood the child's perspective, would adapt their teaching strategies to ensure equitable learning experiences for all students. They might have differentiated learning, develop strategies that cater to individual needs, and support diverse learning styles in line with the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers Standard 1 and the Early Childhood Australia Code of Ethics Principle 3. Also, they could have an equity focused pedagogy, implementing teaching practices that prioritize equitable access to education, emphasizing on addressing socio-economic disparities. Empowered by insights from the parent's perspective, Directors and room leaders would create an inclusive environment that acknowledges and supports families' unique circumstances. They might collaborate with families, valuing their input and involvement in decision making, which aligns with the VIT codes of ethics about professional relationships and also the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, Standard 7. Also, the directors could strategically allocate resources to ensure that all children, regardless of their social and economic background, have access to essential learning materials and experiences. By embracing these implications for practice, educators and leaders can foster a more inclusive, responsive, and equitable early childhood education environment. These practices align with ethical considerations and professional standards, ensuring that children's rights and well being are at the forefront of every decision and action. Thank you.